You ever get that feeling like something's off? Like you've been watching a villain pretend to be a savior? Yeah, that's Cipher in Gen V Season 2. The man walks into Godolkin wearing charm like a mask, all calm smiles and polished speeches. But behind that glassy stare, there's a storm brewing, in Episode 6. Oh, it finally cracks it wide open. Because what Cipher wants isn't power. It's purity. Think about that. He doesn't want to rule Supes. He wants to reshape them. Erase the weak. Preserve the few. And if that doesn't make your skin crawl, just wait until you realize who he's really working for. But let's rewind for a second. Remember Dean Shetty, the woman who wanted to end every Supe breathing? Yeah, well, she's gone. And the guy replacing her? He's somehow worse. Shetty killed to protect humanity. Cipher kills to upgrade it. And that, right there, is what makes him so terrifying. See, Cipher doesn't scream evil. He whispers it. He smiles while doing it. The kind of guy who convinces you he's saving lives, while quietly deciding who deserves to have one. And when Episode 6 drops his truth bomb, you realize this man's entire plan is genocide wrapped in philosophy. He wants to cleanse Godolkin University to wipe out 75% of the weakest Supes. 75. Let that sink in. That's not a cleansing. That's a mass extinction. And here's the twisted logic. He believes only the strongest, most evolved Supes deserve to inherit the world. You know what that means, right? Cipher doesn't just want to rule the new generation. He wants to breed it. He wants to play God.
Now tell me.
Does that sound familiar? Because it should. The Nazi experiments, the pure blood ideology, the same sickness disguised as science, and Cipher, the calm, intellectual dean of the most powerful Supe university in the world, is carrying that same torch, just with better PR. And before we go further, if you think this is the darkest Gen V gets, hit subscribe right now. Because what you're about to hear next is the part Vought doesn't want you to know. This isn't fan theory, this is forbidden knowledge. Alright, back to Cipher. When Shetty ran the woods, she used fear. But Cipher, he uses faith. He convinces students they're being molded into heroes, when in reality, he's sorting them like lab rats. The strong live, the rest vanish. Look closely. Episode 6 hides it in plain sight. The training programs, the new ranking metrics, even the recruitment speeches, they're not about guidance. They're filters. Every test is another excuse to measure which students are worth saving. And the craziest part, Cipher genuinely believes he's helping them. That's the genius of his madness. He doesn't think he's a monster. He thinks he's evolving the species. But here's where it gets really messed up. Cipher's not just experimenting on students. He's experimenting on himself. Those seizures you saw, the episodes, he hides behind locked doors. They're not random. They're reactions to something crawling under his skin. Something not natural. And then, in Episode 6 final scene, we see it. The chamber. The burned man. The thing Cipher keeps locked away like a secret too dangerous to face. Fans caught it instantly. That man isn't just anyone. That's Thomas Godolkin. Yeah, the founder. The ghost of the school itself. Now pause right there. If that's true, then Cipher isn't the real villain. He's the vessel. The puppet. And the strings are being pulled by a corpse hooked to machines under the school. And suddenly, everything makes sense. The seizures. The blank stares. The whispers about purification. It's not Cipher's voice. It's Godolkin's. This changes everything. Cipher was never a savior. He was a host. A walking experiment. A body hijacked by the man who created the entire system. The man who sees Supes not as students but as assets. As numbers. As DNA worth perfecting. And that's when you realize the biggest secret of all. Cipher has no compound V in his blood. He's not a Supe. He's a shell. He shouldn't even be alive. Which means someone, or something, is keeping him that way. And if Thomas Godolkin really is the one in control, then Gen V isn't about rebellion anymore. It's about resurrection. Because what's worse than an old god coming back to life? A dead one, trying to rebuild his kingdom. The blood that could rewrite everything. You know that one line from Cipher that everyone brushed off. The one where he says, Marie is the answer. Yeah, that wasn't just flattery. That was prophecy. Because in Cipher's world, Marie isn't just another Supe. She's a cure, a key. The one mutation that can rewrite every failure Godolkin ever created. Let's put it like this. Cipher doesn't see Marie as a student. He sees her as a living cheat code. Her blood, her ability to control life itself, is the missing piece in his master plan. But here's where the nightmare begins. Cipher doesn't want to help Marie. He wants to harvest her. He believes her blood can fix him, can fix every broken Supe, and create an army of perfect beings. Sounds noble, right? Until you realize it starts with a genocide. 75% of Supe's gone. The weak erased. The strong rewritten with Marie's DNA blueprint. That's not a school. That's a farm. Now here's what no one's talking about. Cipher's seizures. Those aren't medical. They're side effects. Every time his real self, Thomas Godolkin, tries to push through, his human body breaks. Marie's blood, he believes, can stabilize that fusion. So in Cipher's mind, killing the weak isn't cruelty. It's maintenance. It's population control, an update to the Supe software. And the worst part, he's not wrong about Marie's power. Her blood can manipulate cellular structure, meaning in theory, it could repair, mutate, or even resurrect anyone. Imagine giving that power to a man who wants to decide who lives and who dies. That's not evolution. That's dictatorship by DNA. But let's play devil's advocate for a second. What if Cipher isn't fully evil? What if, in his twisted way, he's right? Because think about it. The Supe world is chaos. Unstable, dangerous, self-destructive, Homelander's proof.